Remember Caesar, Alexander, and Napoleon. But what about the warrior queen who went toe to toe with Rome and won? In the sands of ancient Nubia, where the Nile whispered secrets of lost empires, was a woman with a lion's heart and a warrior's glare. Her name was Queen Amanirenas. For the rest of the video, we're just going to refer to her as a queen, as I cannot pronounce that properly. One-eyed, iron-willed, and the ruler of Kush. And when Augustus sent his legions to the south, she didn't kneel, she raised her spear and declared war. The Kingdom of Kush, nestled just south of Egypt, was no stranger to power. Its rulers were forged in centuries of blood, trade, and sun-baked stone. But the queen was different. When her husband, King Pterodicus, died in 24 BC, she didn't just inherit a throne. She inherited a storm, Rome. Rome had just annexed Egypt. Emperor Augustus had his eyes on Kush. Rome was rapidly expanding at this time to many places such as Gaul, the African frontier, Israel, Turkey. So many places were at war under Augustus's rule. And Nubia was no stranger to this. The queen, though partially blind in one eye from battle, saw Rome's intentions with perfect clarity. She knew Kush was next in line to fall under the shadow of the eagle, but she wasn't planning to bow. Instead, she rallied her warriors, men and women alike, prepared them for the greatest fight of their lives. With spears gleaming under the desert sun and war cries echoing through the valleys, Amanirenas struck first. She led her armies north and stormed the Roman-controlled Egyptian cities of Sin, Elephantine, and Philae. Honestly, I can't pronounce any of these names. I'm sorry if you're from these areas and I'm awfully pronunciating it, but giving it a shot, right? Roman statues were destroyed, temples torched, and garrisons overwhelmed. It was a bold message to Augustus. Kush would not be tamed. Rome was humiliated and responded with fury. Gaius Petronius, the Roman prefect of Egypt, led a ruthless counterattack. His legions burned Napata, the Kushite capital, leaving smoldering ruins in their wake. But Amanirenas had pulled back, regrouping in the south. She was not broken, she was baiting them. Petronius expected an easy victory. What he got was a masterclass in guerrilla warfare. Amanirenas and her army struck from the shadows of riverbanks and cliffs, using the terrain to their advantage. Even Rome's famed discipline couldn't break the spirit of Kush. Every step deeper into the Queen's territory was a step closer to Roman defeat. The Kushite archers were fierce, renowned, and feared in the region. And when they came against the Roman legions, well, even when Roman had many numbers, Nubia had quality. And quality is better than quantity, as many say. Perfect example, the United States versus the Soviet Union. You can still see who's around, can't you? And then came her signature move, sending a bronze statue of Augustus back to Rome with its head ripped off. She buried that severed head beneath the steps of a Kushite temple, forcing Romans to step on their emperor's face every time they entered. It wasn't just rebellion, it was psychological warfare. This killed morale. And the Romans, it was showing. Amanirenas wasn't just a queen. She was a Kandake, a title reserved for the most powerful woman in Kush. These weren't queens in name only. They led armies, issued decrees, and negotiated on their own terms. Kandakes were equals, if not superiors, to the kings of their age. With her son by her side, Amanirenas ruled as both mother and monarch. Her leadership wasn't born in courts or councils. It was earned in the dirt, blood, and ash of resistance. The people loved her not because they were told to, but because she fought alongside them. She was personal with them. Unlike Augustus, who would only appear in the public in gladiator fights. While most monarchs sent others to die for their glory, and the queen rode with her troops, even with one eye, she saw more clearly than any Roman general, and through her, the spirit of Nubia, defiant and proud, unyielding, burned like wildfire. Eventually, Rome realized what it was up against. They couldn't hold Nubia. The terrain, the morale, the queen herself were too formidable. So after years of skirmishes, the unthinkable happened. Rome offered peace, not just peace, treated that favored Kush. But honestly, my morale is losing hope by the minute. Um, this mic it echoes really bad, and I have to sit in a like a blanket like structure just to keep it from not echoing. So it is hot in here, and it's getting hard to breathe. So be thankful, like and subscribe. In 21 BC, Amanirenas negotiated terms with Augustus. Rome withdrew from conquered territories. The recording cut out, but um, I was getting pretty deep into that, but um, no tribute would be paid. Kush retained its independence. For Rome, this was a rare concession. For Amanirenas, it was a legendary victory. The Candake returned to her people not just as a queen, but as a symbol. She hadn't just survived Rome, she'd beat it. Her statue, still found in modern day Sudan, bears her holding a spear in one hand and a prisoner in the other. That's how she wanted to be remembered. A warrior queen. Today, Amanirenas is mostly absent from textbooks. Rome's records diminished her. Time tried to erase her, but the sands of Kush still whisper her story to those who listen. Beneath collapsed pyramids and broken temples lie echoes of her courage. The kingdom of Kush outlasted its neighbors. It thrived in trade, language, and architecture. Much of it lost, but not forgotten. And Amanirenas wasn't just a lone flame. She was a part of a lineage of queens who ruled with might and mercy. She just happened to be the one who took on an empire. Her tale isn't just one of warfare, but of legacy, of a queen who faced down the most powerful force in the ancient world and didn't blink. Reminder that true power isn't measured in legions, but in the courage to say, not today. So next time someone says resistance is futile, remember the one-eyed queen who stared down Rome and walked away with her kingdom intact. History forgot her. History forgot her, but you don't have to. Share the story and let Queen Amanirenas ride again in the minds of a new generation. Please, please like and subscribe. Recording this has been brutal, with the mic cutting out, or not recording, or bad recordings. It's been hot and hard to breathe. So, like I said, be thankful. A like will go a far way. But this has been Lost History. Bye.